You're listening to the Pure Fury Creations Entertainment Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Hangin with the Hitman. I'm Todd Gilbert.
And I am Brett Forney, also known as the Hitman.
And we are coming to you today, June 12th. Today is our season finale. That's right, just like TV shows, we have seasons. Well, we are a TV show, aren't we? Kind of?
We are, yeah. Yes, we're on YouTube, right?
Right? I mean, we got this. I mean,
which,
you can listen to the show, or you can watch it on YouTube, which is essentially the new TV anyway. So
yes, I wonder, I think there's a lot of people that don't know that we are actual visual stars as well on the YouTube channel. Not only are our voices heard through the streams of wherever, but we also have our pretty faces to show the people on our...
I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille.
I've never been more self-conscious of myself in my life. I don't like this. I really don't like this. The more you think about it, the more I feel like trapped in. I don't know what that is. I don't like that feeling. I don't like it.
So does that mean that we're like eligible for like Emmys and stuff?
I mean, I would think so. I think I'm not exactly sure how it works.
And does that make us celebrities?
Well, I mean, of course it makes us celebrities. If somebody knows who we are celebrities. You know what I mean?
Yes. All right. Well, first of all, I'll be in my trailer. You let me know when you're done with the show. No.
Right. I'll carry on.
Right. You carry on without me. No, but
I'll carry on. Don't get all starry-eyed.
So today being our season finale, what that means is we're going to take a couple months off, but not completely. So today is going to be the last episode of this season. We're going to have a special episode in the middle of July, just so you all don't forget about us. And then starting the second weekend in August, we will be back full force every week, back in your ear holes for season 2 of Hangin with the Hitman. And then it's good to break it up into seasons. You know, you take a month or so off to kind of recharge the batteries and get some new wacky ideas and, you know, come back on.
Yeah, then you can kind of like, you can put it together of how long you've been doing this, you know, and we've never actually done that because we've done this on and off for about 5 years or so, don't you think?
Yeah.
Or maybe longer.
So this is the third iteration of our show. Our show started as a YouTube show back during the pandemic. And then after that, we were on the radio for a brief moment with Solid State Radio. Shout out to them.
Yes.
And then we found this new avenue here with the PFC Entertainment Network, which, again, thanks to Jason and everybody involved for having us as part of your podcast family, so to speak. And now, you know, we're part of a network of shows, which is really cool. And, you know, we're having a lot of fun doing this, and I can't wait for season 2. I already have a couple fun ideas that we'll talk about when we're not filming because don't want to spoil it.
Right, for sure. Oh, for sure.
But all that aside, it is time to roll on with episode 15 today. This is episode 15. We've done 15 of these.
Wow.
That's 15 weeks.
Wow. That's 15 weeks. Wow. That's almost like half a year or something. I don't know. I don't do math. What?
So a little over about 3.5 weeks. So not even.
No, I know. But 3 of those.
3.5 months, I should say. Sorry.
That's what I was saying. 3 times 3 makes 9, right? So then you had a couple more months after that, 3 more, and then you got a year. So it's almost like a year, but not.
I don't math. I mean, you can ask many of my friends when Todd starts doing math. When Todd starts doing math, everything goes out the window. It's bad. But
I'm joking. I can do math a little better than that. I can't. I'm just messing around. Also, 4 times 3 is 12. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Also, the first season of a show is always shorter than the rest of them. So, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of like a pilot.
Right.
See how it goes kind of a thing, you know.
And it went well.
Unless we get canceled.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. Hopefully not.
Jason,
Hopefully
don't cancel us. We can
Please
change. We can change. No. So today we're gonna get rolling with our episode, like we do every episode nowadays, with our celebration of people that make more money than everybody that we know, and people that well, they're celebrities, and it's their birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, celebrities. You're rich and that's cool. So, starting out today, sportscaster Marv Albert. Remember Marv Albert? Turns 81 today. Actor Jason Mewes from Jay and Silent Bob fame turns 48. Actor Dave Franco, the not crazy one of the Franco brothers, turns 37 today. Drummer Bunny Carlos of Cheap Trick is 71 and still kicking ass. Singer Meredith Brooks, you might remember her from her hit single Bitch years and years ago, is now 64. Rapper Grandmaster D of Houdini turned 60 years old today. Blues guitar legend Kenny Wayne Shepherd is 45. And current AEW superstar, former WWE superstar and Hall of Famer, the world's strongest man, Mark Henry, is 51 years old today. Happy birthday, all of you.
Hey, can I ask a question of this, kind of relating to this? When you were naming out those people's birthdays, and there were singers in there, and when you were naming them off, were you thinking of a song every time that you said their name, of like one of their songs? Like,
I mean, there's only like three of them that have songs, but yeah.
No, but I mean, the ones that you were saying, I'm like, well, it's like every time you said that name, I heard a song from that person in my head. It's like it was their intro to that person.
And when I said Marv Albert, I'd share the ESPN Sports Center thing.
I can't,
Don't sue us, ESPN. So today we're going to do some reviews in a few. It's going to be kind of the main event of our episode. We're going to be reviewing the new Foo Fighters album, as well as the new Michael J. Fox documentary that we both just watched. But before we get to that, I believe it is your turn for the album of the week.
Okay, here we go. I'll make this short and sweet. It's the day of the filming that we're doing this today is actually June 7th, which also happens to be, Prince's birthday. And so I figured that since I'm wearing this shirt already, because I feel like having a tour shirt or any kind of shirt of an artist that you like, you must wear their shirt on their birthday. That's just some kind of weird policy that I have. I don't know why that is, but if you know it's their birthday, or don't forget that it's their birthday, you wear their shirt.
So does that,
almost
does that mean I need to get you a Todd Gilbert t-shirt to wear on my birthday?
Yeah, I wear a Todd Gilbert. Anybody that has any kind of birthday, if you have a shirt, I'll wear your shirt on that day. Because I'm all about shirts. Okay. So we're going way back to actually right around this, I think it was in March when this album came out, of 1987. And I should have picked up the vinyl again, but this is the box set for Prince's album called Sign of the Times. It's actually the CD box. But
I got you. There we go.
There we go. Okay, good. Okay, good. So yeah, this is like I said before, that this is way too much information for some people, but I just talk about the 16 songs that make up the album. It's a 2-album set or 2-disc set, whatever you have to play it on.
Prince's Sign of the Times.
Yes, this is the album that gives you songs like You Got the Look with Sheena Easton, which was a #1 Billboard hit. And you got, which other ones did we say? If I Was Your Girlfriend.
Yes.
Was on there.
Let me pull it out here.
I Could Never Take the Place of Your Man was on there.
I mean, when
that
you
was
look
Laura's favorite. He rocked out on that one.
What's insane, when you look at the track list for Prince Sign of the Times, it reads almost like a greatest hits in some ways. Like when you're going right down the list, you've got things like Sign of the Times, You got Play in the Sunshine.
Yes.
You got Housequake. I mean, who here knows about the Quake?
We do.
Bullshit.
I mean, really.
we got the ballad of Dorothy Parker. We got Slow Love.
Yes.
Oh, Slow Love, man.
I think Slow Love is probably one of his best slow songs ever.
Yes. And like you said, If I Was Your Girlfriend, I Can Never Take the Place of Your Man, the Cross, like, and the last song,
See,
Adore. Oh.
Adore, yes.
Yes.
It's Gonna Be a Beautiful Night. It's Gonna Be a Beautiful Night is on there. That's a live track. See, on there you got like a live track if you want live, so it's got everything. It's got the Fuck You Prince. It's got a rock Prince with I Can Never Take the Place of Your Man. It's got some slow jams on there. It's got a political song on there. It's got some romantic stuff. It's got everything. It's got everything you want. And all the songs that probably, like I always say this, but certain albums hit me at a certain time and they got to almost line up with whatever I'm feeling at the time. And that one did that one for me when I got that. I had only known about, the song side of the times at first. I think that was the only thing that I knew about at the time. But then bought the album, and that was, I really believe, but I think that was kind of late in life to have it. But I remember that being played on one of my very first CD players. But that would be 1987. I could have swore that I had a CD player before that. But I remember playing that on a CD player. But I bought the record first. Okay, that's what it was. I bought the album, of course, when it came out. But a few years later, that was the very first CD that I bought for my CD player. But when I bought that on vinyl for the first time was the first day. Just happened to be at the record store because I worked there. And I bought it. We listened to it all day long while we were selling it. Because whenever anybody like that would have an album come out, I mean, anybody big like that, it would be a big day for us, to try to keep all of that person's stuff in stock. But it was a big deal. That album was a huge deal, and I just fell in love with that album from the first day. Every song. Put them together, separate them, whatever. I just like it. Every song. And
that's the crazy thing. Like, when I was a kid, you're exposed to things like When Doves Cry and Purple Rain and, all the stereotypical big songs, But not until you and I started really hanging out and you showed me your Prince collection of stuff. And you're like, yeah, but check this song out and check this song out. And I went back through the discography after that. And this album, Sign of the Times, is the one that I kept coming back to and has become, like you, has become my favorite Prince album of all time now. Yeah. It is so good. The production is amazing. The musicians are incredible. All the songs, the songwriting, it's just every song hits and it hits you different. And it's so good. It's a masterpiece. It would be, they have those classic album specials on TV. For me, it would be this album.
Well, I mean, I have to say too, that this one was, about that one, this was first going to be a 3-album set and it was going to be called Crystal Ball. It was changed around. It came into being this. And this was also at the time when he was breaking up the Revolution. So songs that were in demo form, maybe some songs that were demo form with the Revolution, they were taken off of this. They were taken off of this or reworked or redone. And so this would have been the next Revolution album, but it didn't really turn out to be like that because that's kind of when everything was falling apart and he was breaking the band up because he wanted to change.
When it all went to
maybe
hell.
That's good because, no, this is right before that, but I feel like this was his biggest creative time in the world. If you're ever able to hear all the deluxe box set versions and all that of different things, and not just versions, but there's 3 more albums worth of music that are just the stuff that he just passed and put it to a side, when he made this. But what I'm saying creatively, I feel like every song could be a hit because it sounds like every song could be a hit.
Even the weird one, Starfish and Coffee. I don't know what that means, man. Butterscotch clouds and tangerines and
I'll tell you exactly what later on. Well,
I mean,
you might not want to know. I'll let you know.
You know what I think the problem is, though? You know what I think the problem is, though? I didn't set my mind free, so that's why I don't understand. That's
pretty much what you need to do first. That's first and foremost. It says so
right in the song. I guess I didn't.
It really, he tells you. I try to let you know that when Prince let us know something, you need to listen. You need to listen because he's telling us something.
Every
it might
day.
not be something we want to hear every single day.
Right. Like when I found out what Little Red Corvette was really about. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
But that,
yeah.
But that is our album of the week, ladies and gentlemen. The Hitman's Pick, Prince's Sign of the Times, right here. We both have it. He has multiple copies. I just have this one. He's a bigger Prince collector than I am, but I love this album. But this is a masterpiece of an album. Definitely one that if you're a music fan of any kind, you need to listen to it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
sure.
Now to get... Oh, wait, but before we do that, I'm a little thirsty.
Oh.
And, in tribute to the Purple One, to the man who made this album and made many albums, the man who made many dreams come true. That's right. We're going to throw one up to the Purple One. It's sippy time, ladies and gentlemen. So if you got a drink handy...
Sip, I wish I would have been...
If you got a drink handy, whenever we do sippy time, sipping it with us here. I got some fruit punch going on. What you got going on over there?
I got some DP,
What? Dr. Pepper.
Nobody, everybody likes a little... Yeah, everybody likes a little DP now and again, don't they?
I mean, it's true. Like, what? So, little sippy time. This goes out to Prince right here.
Hold on. Yep, let her sip on it.
Does the carbonation get you?
Too much bubble, man. Too much bubble. My mouth is like, you are opening, whether you have stuff in it or not, you are opening.
We almost saw the death of the Hitman right here on the show. Oh, man. Don't die on us, man.
I'm good, man.
And so we're going to get to our... So get into what this episode's about here.
Sponsors?
Yeah, not yet. No. I wish Dr. Pepper sponsored us.
No.
Give us a call, Dr. Pepper.
One day.
We'll let you sponsor us, man.
Love Dr. Pepper. It's one of my. It's probably my favorite drink of all time. Cherry Dr. Pepper, but it's got to be diet for me. Have you tried
the strawberries and cream Dr. Pepper?
I just finished my last can, and I really wish that somebody would send me a new one because I just finished the last one. I've let it kind of mix in with my other Dr. Peppers because I had the cherry one too, mix it in back and forth, and I just drank my very last one last night.
See, you can be a sponsor without, sending us money. You can just send us cases of strawberry and cream Dr. Pepper.
I drink a pop once a day anyway. Either way, I'm drinking a pop. Might as well be Dr. Pepper. Right. I can talk about it.
So we did the album of the day or week. Sorry, I can talk today. And we're also going to be reviewing an album today on our show that just dropped on Friday. This album is the brand new album from Foo Fighters called But Here We Are. Here I have the vinyl here. Hitman's got the CD right there for those of you watching at home.
I got the little CD.
Yeah, I went and got I got the white vinyl. It's the
nice.
So it's pretty cool. But
is there different ones?
There's two. There's black and there's white. But you can get either or from their website. Okay. No, not that. You get but you can get them on their website. I don't know what the ones in the stores are. I'm not for sure if there's like any record store exclusives. I'm not for sure.
I don't think there is. I saw this at a store where I got the CD from, and I saw it, but I didn't see any sticker. I think it said exclusive.
Yeah, but this album, let me tell you, like, I was really moved by it. Knowing what it's about. For those of you who don't know or have been living under a rock for the last year. Foo Fighters drummer Taylor Hawkins passed away a little over a year ago. And a month after that, Dave Grohl's mom passed away. So Dave lost two of the closest people in his universe pretty much at the same time.
Yeah.
Yep. And this entire album is Dave and the band processing loss. It's talking about the grieving process and what you go through emotionally. And there are songs that are very obviously about Taylor. There's ones that are obviously about his mom. The song "The Teacher" on here, which is about his mom, is just it gives you chills, and it's cool because he does some experimental things in this record that you don't hear Foo Fighters do a lot. Like "The Teacher" has like movements and parts to it, which I thought was really cool. And it kicks off with the two big singles that have just been released with "Rescued" and "Under You," which are both phenomenal songs. And
Yes.
you know, but then it moves into the deeper, like heavier hitting stuff, and like there's so many standout tracks on here. Yeah.
I was trying to tell you, remember, like we were talking about this album before, that, like I said, my favorite song in here is called "The Glass."
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like, I can't reach you under the glass. This kind of stuff. It's the metaphor through this whole theme through this whole album is kind of this. It's a little sad, but you know, it's just him kind of grieving and whatever. And I understand that with his best friend and his mom dying within a month of each other. I mean, he's got to like be able to process that somehow.
It might have been a couple months, but I know it was really, really close. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, there's some songs on here, like I was telling you before, with the song that "The Glass" sounds to me like it could have been, like I told you before, it could have been if Jeff Lynne was producing Tom Petty and then put Nirvana's drummer in the mix, and then put a song out.
I could hear that.
It feels to me
really
like
could. Yeah.
No, because especially in the verses of that song, it's very, you know, it's just like an acoustic guitar, kind of breezy.
Yeah.
Kind of like when Tom Petty was in his storytelling 90s with "Into the Great Wide Open" and, you know, "Last Dance with Mary Jane" and those kind of times. It has that vibe to me with this song. And then the next thing you know, with the last song, "Rest."
Oh, that song, man, that song made me cry. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes.
It was
now, I know
it was so raw and so like you could feel everything he was feeling in that song. You know what I mean?
It was almost like that was his release at the end. Don't you think? It was kind of big release. That's what all that was.
Yeah, because it starts out like really quiet, really sparse, really like minimalistic mixing, very, very raw, and then out of nowhere, the song just explodes, and it gives off like a primal scream kind of vibe, where he's just shouting into the abyss of getting all the frustration out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think anybody who's ever dealt with serious loss, and I'm sure most people that are listening to this have, this album will hit you in ways that you won't expect it to. Because I was expecting it to be sad, of course, and like a little like moving and everything, but there was a couple songs that freaking knocked me out of my seat emotionally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know what, too, though, and that's kind of more when you get into, I mean, I know the first two songs are about sadness, too, if you just listen to the words, but musically, it gives me the vibe of the first album by them, the Foo Fighters' first one, which was all him anyway, Dave. But don't you think that it kind of gives that whole, like, these two songs could have fit perfectly on the first album or second, two, three of the first few albums could have fit perfectly.
Definitely the second one, because the second one was Dave on drums again, but with the band too. And those two songs could fit right with Monkey Wrench and My Hero and Everlong.
That's
and all
my
that
favorite
stuff,
album.
You know,
that's my favorite album by them. But you know, that was my favorite one.
It's so good.
That's my favorite one.
My favorites.
I just love that one.
I think my favorites. I don't know if I could pick a number one favorite, but I think I could go three. My three favorites of theirs in no particular order.
We'll do three.
Okay, in no particular order would be for me would be Wasting Light. I love Wasting Light.
Yes.
Rope is just such a great song. Like Walk, Bridge Burning, all that, everything on there is great. Medicine at Midnight. I absolutely love that album. A lot of Foo Fighters fans, like the reviewers, kind of give that album shit, which I don't understand because I think the album's amazing. And then probably Color in the Shape, like you said, because it's undeniable how good it is.
Yeah.
You know?
See, and it's hard because if you think about it, it's hard to do if you want to go in order. So I don't feel like sometimes we just give a top three. We don't have to be a 1, 2, 3 kind of a thing. We just give all three are good. Just out of the three, out of all of them, that these are the three that we really like.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel like for different things, though. I like Color and Shape because that was like when I kind of finally gave in, like, Nirvana was never going to be, so give it up, give in to him because these are good songs. Give in to him, because it just had nice little songs, fluffy. You're on an airplane in the video, cute. But then,
well, that was a different album, but yeah,
he got. I know, no. That's what I'm saying. From before, from the first album when they're going to do little corny things,
was like 4 albums in or something, but.
No, I know, but they were doing some corny things though at the beginning too.
Yeah, like the Fructose commercial with the Mentos.
Yes, that's the one I'm talking. That's what I'm talking about. It was cute and all, but so then you know when they started, I started kind of just listening to them. So I got to give that one as my favorite. But then I like this, Medicine at Midnight, just because it's probably because for the same reason that we both like the, Chris Gaines and Country People Don't. For what I mean, that's probably the same kind of. You know what I'm saying? Like it's because maybe they went outside of their norm and they weren't rocking out on every song. They might have had a little dance influence maybe in there in the mix, and that was kind of giving a whole different vibe, and that was cool for them to do that. Yeah. Doesn't mean that that's all they're going to do from now on. It's just for this time, So I love that album for that, but I also love the first album for Dave doing that all by himself and getting a contract and having all those good songs. Because I liked him before, I just wasn't into him. You go back and listen to the first album that's all have. Those are some great songs. You just go like, what if, could have, maybe that would have never happened if if God forbid, maybe
I'll stick around.
Lived, but.
Like I'll Stick Around is such a jam. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
And that's not saying this new album doesn't deserve to be up there too, but like there's not an album of theirs I don't like. You know what I mean? I like them all. Like
this will go into a list. This will be part of it. This is only 3 this is a weekend pretty much for us. So we gotta give it time. We gotta give it time.
I've listened to it at least 2-3 times though, and
me too.
I love it.
Every time it gets better.
And I'm really glad that Dave and the band decided to continue instead of just hanging it up. There were people that were like, oh, since Taylor's gone, the band should just give it up because it's not Foo Fighters without Taylor Hawkins. Well, Taylor didn't come in until the 3rd album. And while I'm not discounting how important Taylor was, because Taylor took what Dave created and the vibe that the band had made and took it to a next level that was just amazing. But there's still 5 people in that band. Just because one unfortunately tragically passes away doesn't mean those 5 people don't want to play together anymore. And so them going on and finding a new drummer in Josh Freese, which I think was a phenomenal choice. He's doing great. I think it's a great thing. And, I've seen people kind of nitpicking at Josh a little bit, saying that he's not like Taylor and all this other stuff. Well, I got news for you, people. Nobody is, and you're never going to hear another person like Taylor. Ever.
Yeah.
Ever. We're never going to hear another Buddy Rich. We're never going to hear another Neil Peart. We're never going to hear another Taylor Hawkins. It's just not going to happen. Yeah. So embrace what the band is trying to do and kind of hang on for the ride for a minute, because also, like, I mean, they sound great, but like they're still finding their vibe with each other again. You know what I mean? And it's really cool to watch live footage from like people that tape it and stuff and see like Dave and Pat and them like geek out when Josh does something cool, or they're learning to be a band again. And I love that. I love that they aren't afraid to take that jump. You know what I mean? And I hope that they
around
the albums like after this. Ooh, that'd be great.
Yeah. I think this album, like I was saying, it's gonna take me a little bit of time. Like I said, the first time I listened to it for the very first time, I was like, yeah, it takes me a couple times. I don't catch on sometimes, except for something really pops out. But this one was a slow mover for me because I thought I gotta listen to the words. I think this is what this album is. It's not just rocking out. You really gotta listen to the words because I started hearing things. I'm like, let me listen to this, and then when you do that, when you're doing both, there's some people who want to just rock out and hear the music and don't care about the words, or vice versa. But to me, it's kind of like if it's both, that's great. But in my mind, I'm kind of deciding: is this more of a funky dance song, or am I trying to listen to the words to this? That's just how I am,
Yeah.
So at first, I'm just listening to the rocking out songs, like I said, like some old Foo Fighters from way back, and then starting to listen to the words. I'm like, damn, let me just sit down. Hold on, let me sit down and listen to this. So I sit down, and it's so great how he. When people write songs, they're not trying to be too specific so it can fit in with anybody's life, And that's what he's done with this. You can think about what you think he's thinking about, probably know what he's thinking about at this time. Maybe not, maybe it's something different. But so you think and so he's telling you, but you can use this song in your own life too if you want to. Yeah. And can help yourself out of a funk. Usually there's songs in this are trying to be uplifting. I won't see you again, but I'll try to see you, when we do, I'll be happy and that kind of stuff. So there's usually a happy ending to his song. So I love that
like
too.
The line about we'll see each other again in the warm Virginia sun.
Yes, that's the last.
And that's his mom. That's his mother's name. And,
Teacher.
Yeah, and it's just like, oh man. But yeah, so definitely we would give this a lot of thumbs up. Go check it out if you haven't. Foo Fighters, but here we are.
Love the cover.
Yeah, just very white. Very sparse. There is a design, but you got to really squint.
I mean, is it me? Am I too old to see it? Is that what it is? Am I too old to see it? That's what I want to know.
Maybe.
Am I too old to see it? Can you see it pretty good?
Yeah.
You can see words.
On the back? No.
You can see
no.
That's what I'm asking. That's what I'm asking.
The words are really hard to read on there, but
can you see on the CD what it looks like?
Yeah, you can. If the light hits it, you can tell there's words there, but
Yeah, you can tell. That's the key word in that question. You can tell. You can tell like there might be some more.
But don't let the album art deter you. Check the record out. It's pretty great.
No, the record is good. I just think they might want to do something with but I get it. They just want to be sparse about it because that's what this music is supposed to be. So I get it. I get it.
And the last thing we were going to talk about today, so at the recommendation, and I've wanted to see it anyway, but then you told me you watched it, and I'm like, man, I need to watch this so we could talk about it. I today just watched the new Michael J. Fox documentary, Still. And I got to tell you, there was so many things he talked about that hit me like a ton of bricks, that I could relate to, that I understood where he was coming from, as somebody with a disability like he is, and not the same kind or whatever, but like somebody that has the same thoughts and doubts and things like he would have. It was really moving to see him putting everything about his life right out front and letting you see everything he goes, like the stuff that, and we won't spoil the whole documentary because we want people to watch it and enjoy it for themselves. But there's a lot of moments in the movie where you see him nowadays with a personal trainer that he has.
Yeah.
And this guy is teaching him how to walk and teaching him how to like find balance in the way he has to walk now, and how he falls all the time and he breaks bones and everything. And like, but and it's so powerful, but the way it was filmed was so cool too, because what they did is they took footage from all of his films and TV shows and kind of used that and manipulated them in a way to tell the story he's speaking about with that footage. So they're like, he's like, then I rushed out of the room for blah, blah, blah. And it's like, him from Secret of My Success running down the hallway or something, like
Yes.
just stuff like that. And they had stand-in actors, but the whole movie is narrated by now Michael J. Fox, which was really cool. And it's amazing to me, like what he goes through every single day just to be able to make it through a day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
I don't.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say when I've always liked him because we talked about Steven Spielberg being my favorite director, and then Back to the Future being probably my second favorite movie of all time. And so I've always just I thought it was such a great thing when he was making the movie, and and then Family Ties at the same time. I loved all that. I've been keeping up on him for a long time, but so it really took me by surprise too when when he came out to say that this was like 1991, and you go back and look at all the footage, and he was holding a pen or a plan or a computer bag or something in almost every one of those shows on Spin City that I never really, maybe other people would have noticed, but I call it the Bob Dole because Bob Dole used to do that too, hold a pen in his hand. And in fact, I'm doing it right now. And in fact, the framing of how we're sitting is so you don't see it. So I understand completely what it does, what it's about. But no. So anyway, I feel so he tried to hide it for that long, and that was what he wanted to do. And now I feel like with him, with this story especially, I think a lot of people really don't get what it is that they think that he has. And this is trying to show people what he has to do just to malfunction during the day, or not malfunction, just to function and not malfunction during the day. He has to take all this medication. He has to time everything out if he has an interview. And, it's just really a lot of work. Yeah. And yes, I'm sure got to take a nap in between those times somewhere in that. And plus he's also, 60-some years old, man,
And there's a part where, he's really struggling with, his therapy. And he sits down and he's, and it's a fly on the wall thing. It's not for the documentary. Yeah. And the trainer says, it's okay to be frustrated. You don't have to be Michael J. Fox all the time. And he says, it made me cry. He said that what he is doing in his life, and that he's been told by people that he inspires them to do things they normally didn't think they could do, or to push through all these other things. And he said, I've been given this humongous responsibility and I don't want to fuck it up. And that kind of pressure that he puts on himself, when in reality, every single one of us would be okay with him just taking a vacation. You know what I mean?
Going away to an island never to be heard of again,
Well, I don't know about all that, but I'd like to at least know he's okay. But it's...
I don't mean desert the motherfucker. I'm just saying.
But
I'm saying maybe him and his family can move. I'm not saying go take him out like he's got a disease where he's gonna be left on an island like a leper or something.
Right. No, but I love the honesty of the film. His wife is amazing.
Oh my God.
And that she has stuck by him since 1988 and is still when watching that, you can tell they're still madly in love with each other. And
can I please can I
what
can I please
can you what
because they met, where did they meet?
Family Ties.
They met on Family Ties, right?
Yeah.
And they had a song, What Would You Think?
Right.
That's all I can do. I can do that one little part.
Otherwise, we'll get sued.
And do you know the side note? That was the very first song released on Rhino Records, which made it possible for them to have the big conglomerate, whatever they call that. That was the very first single, 45. Can I mention one other thing? This might be a tie-in because I was thinking about this as I was scrolling through my playbook. I'll tell you about that after we want to wrap this up. But I got to tell you about one more thing after that, about a movie that I feel like I want to mention so bad, and you'll know what you'll love. you'll love. Can I talk
Okay.
about it right this second?
Yeah.
It's just a little. On the way home, I had this playlist where it's called like, I forget what it's called. Like, it's called No Changers. That means that all the songs on this list, I will never change it. Whatever song it is, I will always listen to it because I love it that much, you know?
Yeah.
And so on this list is The Wonders,
That thing
the
you do.
O-Neaters.
The O-Neaters.
The O-Neaters.
Captain Geach and the Shrimp Shack. Captain Geach and the Shrimp Shack Shooters.
So, and I wish I was going to grab that video and like hold it up. I think maybe we can do like a video and a music, just a little teeny one of one or the other. But like, yeah, I want to just say a big shout out. I want to see that movie right now because listening to that song just made me remember how much that movie and soundtrack is, how great both of those movie classic. And soundtrack is.
Too bad he's not in it.
I just want to put that in.
But too bad. Too bad Michael J. Fox wasn't in that one. But it was also crazy. I know. Too, that was just fun. No, you're fine. Like him, like watching him do videos, watching him do like talk shows recently promoting this documentary. And he was on The View, I think it was. Yeah, because Whoopi's The View, right?
Yeah, that's where.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's talking about this documentary, and Whoopi says something to the effect of she always wished she could have worked with him. And he said, well, I had an opportunity to work with you and I passed on it. And she goes, really? What? And apparently he was supposed to be the lead part in Ghost.
Wow.
It was going to be Michael J. Fox and Demi Moore, not Patrick Swayze. And Michael J. Fox passed on it because he didn't think it would be worth doing. Whoops. And and he said he always regrets passing on it because after seeing the film, he was like, wow, that would have been incredible to do. But I think everybody ends up where they're supposed to. You know what I mean?
Pretty sure that you know what movie he did with me instead of that, I think? The one that the Night Ranger did the song about, The Secret of My Success.
Yeah.
That was the movie that he chose to do instead, because that's both 1987.
That's a great movie too, though.
So that was the movie he did instead. Mm-hmm. So, it all worked out. How we always talk about it all works out.
Yeah.
Somehow.
It really does.
I don't think it all works out as much as that we don't care about it as much. It just lessens our intensity of how much we feel or what our feelings are about the thing. And then that kind of dies. The anger or whatever it is kind of just goes back into mellowness. You know what I'm saying?
This too shall pass.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
There's a great video online that's pretty recent of Tom Hanks at like an actors roundtable. And he says, I wish in my younger days, I would have known about this too shall pass. Like meaning like, oh, you're angry. Things aren't going your way. You just can't seem to catch a break. This too shall pass. Oh, you're happy. Mm-hmm. You think you got everything figured out. You think you know all the answers. This too shall pass. Meaning, life moves on. Why dwell on anything like that when tomorrow's another day?
Can I just not be a preacher and just say one? Because I know that we have talked about this before, and I'll make it real brief, I swear. It's just I feel that, like I told people before, because I dealt with, having the very first panic attack in like 1995 or whatever that was, or whatever. And then so I had a friend of mine who also had panic attacks. They told me a couple things. One of the things is that if you just carry, if the doctor prescribes you like a Xanax or whatever, if he prescribes you, don't just take it off the streets. But if he does prescribe you something like that, and you feel like you don't want to take it all the time and you don't want to be drugged out, I understand that, but just carry it with you. If you have a prescription bottle, carry it with you, because I swear that's one of the things for me anyway, and it might be helpful. I don't know if it's with other people, maybe not, but just try to see if you have it on your person, if you have it with you. It really gave me the just the anxiety released when I knew that just in case I have it, just in case something happens, I know how to fix it or make it kind of slow down a little bit. And the other thing is slow down. When you say slow down, time does not stop. it continues to keep going and going and going. So, like I said before, if it's right now you're freaked out and you're worrying, you're just try to breathe for a couple minutes and see if that doesn't work. And then 5 minutes is going to pass. Then you might feel a little better, and then just try to calm yourself and maybe think of some like happy thoughts. Listen to some music. I always tell people, whatever it is that takes you away, music, TV, do that. And 5 minutes after that, maybe 20 minutes after that, it's gone. And you've already, because time will keep on ticking and ticking. I'm not singing it. I'm saying the words. I'm not singing the words. I am saying the words. But anyway, I feel like people have panic attacks. If that can help anybody, I know people probably think I'm just stupid, but I feel like in my case, and if that could help anybody else, just to know that time really doesn't stop. So you're not going to stay in this state of panic forever. It's going to pass on. You just got to give it a little time.
As the age-old adage says, time waits for no one.
Yes, for sure.
And definitely.
Does that? Yeah.
I think this documentary is something everyone needs to see. I think
everybody.
This Michael J. Fox documentary is so inspiring and eye-opening and honest and fun, and like it's all the emotions wrapped into one documentary. It's so well done.
Yeah.
It's on Apple TV. Also not a sponsor, but again, Apple, if you want to sponsor us,
I love Apple.
Reach out, man. I got
Ted Lasso.
I got an iPhone. I'm on a MacBook right now. We're recording this.
I'm on an iPhone talking with you.
Right.
I have an iPad around. Yeah, I have a couple different things.
AirPods in your ears. We are Apple people, man. We're Apple people. So Apple, if you want to support these Apple people, send us a message. Be great. And I think that's going to end it for today's episode for our season finale. Please make sure and go check out that documentary if you like documentaries. Even if you don't, watch it anyway. But
if he doesn't win awards for this, like not him personally, but the filmmakers of this, is such an incredible, different kind of approach to make a documentary. I thought, remember me telling you, do you remember me saying something like, I have never seen like this kind of it's just the way it's done, which is so like, I've never seen anything like that. It's just amazing. It's amazing. They got to win something. They have to win something. It's such a great, and if the word gets out, it's like a double great thing for it to be in existence, because he's helping people. I think he probably will help a lot of people with this too, because people with Parkinson's a lot of times feel like they're alone and they can't do anything. And he's still up there falling over couches. He's all right. He got up. He's good. He's good.
Yep.
All right.
So definitely check out this documentary and make sure to keep checking us out. We'll be back in July. If you'd like to check out episodes in the meantime, you can check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, everywhere you get your podcasts. We are part of the Pure Fury Creations Entertainment Network. You can find us wherever you find all of their shows. Or if you want to watch our beautiful faces, like we said before, and help us make our way towards the YouTube Awards one year as celebrities, you can check us out on our YouTube channel at Hangin with the Hitman, and you can see our beautiful faces as we talk about random crap.
Yeah.
So that is going to do it for today, and to wrap up this season. We'll be back with our summer special in the middle of July. And then season 2 kicks off the second Monday in August, so stay tuned for that. But until then, my name is Todd Gilbert.
And I am Brett the Hitman.
And we will see you all on the flip side.
Toodles till next season.